First thing I want to talk about is making sure that you have logged into Google Chrome completely. I'm going to walk you through that whole process from the very beginning. You can see we've got a new window here, and there's nobody logged in on this browser. And I can tell because here in the top right hand corner, I've got the silhouette gray and white picture of a nondescript person. And if I hover over it, it just says current user. So I can log into Chrome in one of two ways. I can come up here and click and choose turn on sync. I can also say right down here where it says already a Chrome user, sign in, so I can just hit that. Either way, that's going to get me signed into Chrome. And there's two parts to this. There's the signing in process, but then there's also the turning on the sync, which is the link data part. So I'm just going to come down here and sign in with Google. I'm going to use our student test account, which is Darth Vader. So this is the big piece then. A lot of students will say, yeah, I'm signed in. Look, there's D for Darth. Students and teachers, we often forget to select link data. This is a very big piece to Google Chrome sync. If I hit cancel, then I am not allowing Chrome to sync, which means I don't get the Shelton bookmarks. I don't get the extensions that are necessary to do certain assignments. So you have to make sure that you select link data. After clicking link data, you need to also click yes, I'm in. Then you should see Shelton bookmarks pop up. You'll start to see extensions loading. So here's the read and write extension. Here's the PDF reader extension, which we'll talk about a little bit today. Biggest thing to look for is if you are not sure if you're signed in to Chrome properly, if you see Shelton bookmarks here, you're golden. If you do not see Shelton bookmarks, then you have not synced Chrome. The easiest thing to do is come up here where you see either your picture if you've changed it or the first initial of your first name. So here's Darth with a capital D. I click on this and it says sync is on, which is good. If you click on that and it says it has a big blue button that says turn on sync, then that means that you do not have sync turned on. All you have to do is click that big blue button. It's going to pop up that little message with the link data button. So you must click link data. And yes, I'm in. If I click on a new tab, I get the Google page and I have the waffle. So this is the Google Apps button. You can get to a lot of different things, such as Gmail. You can get to Google Meet from here. Not that you're going to go through that because you'll just go through Google Classroom. But you also have Google Drive and Google Calendar. For Google Classroom, if you click on Shelton Bookmarks, there's Google Classroom right there. Now you'll notice for our student test account, we actually have Google Classroom saved as a bookmark. So this is our test student. Our test student has 4 classes here. We're going to focus on the science class though. So the next piece of this then, now that we're in Google Classroom, we're going to open up science. As we are familiar, here's the stream, classwork, and people. Located on the stream, your teacher may be posting a few things here and there, but the real big piece is the Google Meet link. That link is here on the stream, but you also have a button under classwork for Google Meet. So you can either be in stream or classwork and get to your class's Google Meet link. We can see some items that our teacher has posted, as well as assignments and other items. We're going to first take a look at opening up a Google Doc. And so let's take a look at our food webs activity here. So as the student, I'm going to click this. It's going to expand the details. Here is the attachment. I don't have to do anything fancy other than click to open it. And automatically it puts the student name at the beginning followed by the title of the document. And so here are some instructions. Double click the image to begin. Complete the food web by correctly placing the missing organisms. So as the directions say, I'm going to double click, save and close. And there we go. My little changes have been saved. The integration, the connection with Google Classroom is really nice. So you're familiar with the share button in the top right-hand corner, if you are doing an assignment in Google Classroom that is a Google Doc, that Google Doc will also have a turn in button. So from the assignment, from this document, I'm going to click turn in. It's going to open back up into Google Classroom, and now it asks me, as you can see, it's asking me to confirm that I want to turn this assignment in. If I have other things to attach, then I shouldn't turn it in. But if this is the only thing that I need, then I have to hit turn in again. So you have to select turn in 2 times. The first time to tell Google Classroom you're ready to turn it in, and then the second time is to confirm, saying, yes, yes, I do want to turn it in. And now, because I've turned it in, or because our student has turned it in, it will show turned in with the attachment. Now, because I've turned it into my teacher, if I open this back up, I cannot edit the document, no matter what I do. I can't get back in here and change things. If for some reason you need to make adjustments, then you can click unsubmit. However, your teacher will know if you are unsubmitting and resubmitting and all those things. So if you have a legitimate reason to unsubmit, then you can. And now, because it has no longer been turned in, I can open the attachment back up and I have access to it once again, and I can start making my changes. So if you decide that you need to make adjustments to an assignment, you may want to reach out to your teacher in advance and just let them know. Communication is really important. Let me turn in again. Once more, it asks me to confirm that this is what I want to turn in. So yes, a very easy way to communicate. You'll notice down here where it says private comments. This is where the student and teacher can privately communicate. So instead of trying to do email, you just come in here and you can say, Mr. Brindell, and then post it. And now my teacher is receiving a notification saying that Darth Vader has left you a message on this assignment. And the teacher can come in and they can comment here, and it becomes basically like a little chat. And what's really nice about that is it's always attached to this assignment. So you don't have to go hunting through emails to try and find out what your teacher told you to do regarding this assignment or anything like that. It's all built in right here for you. We're going to take a look at another assignment. This assignment is going to be slightly different though. This one is a PDF, as you can see. So my teacher has shared the PDF with me, and this is where having the sync turned on is going to be very important, because the PDF reader extension is required for me to be able to annotate or mark on the PDF directly from the computer, so I don't have to print it out and do it by hand. It is an option, and I'm going to go through that in just a moment. But if I come up here, once it's loaded, signed in and everything, and I see my extensions, as a precautionary step, I'm just going to go ahead and click on PDF. Now, if for some reason you do not see, you see other extensions, but you don't see PDF, you can click on the little gray puzzle piece, and that opens up a new little menu, and you can scroll through and you can see other extensions. So like Equatio here, I see it here, but I don't see it up there. This little push pin is what allows me to see them up here. And so I hit that, and now I can see Equatio pop up. Or if I unpin it, then it goes and hides. I still have access to these extensions, but I can only, if I want to, I can slim it down. Maybe I just want to see read and write, and I just want to see the text help reader, for instance, then I can do that. Now, the text help reader is not an extension you have to interact with, but what I am going to do as a precautionary step is I'm just going to click on it to open it so that I see this page. That seems to kind of work better for the first time whenever you're trying to open it up, the PDF. Now that I got the PDF reader thing ready, I'm going to open up this PDF. And this is what we want to see. This is asking me to verify that I am a Shelton student, and you'll notice that it shows the account already, so I just have to click on it. And then I need to scroll down and say allow. And there we go. So here's the PDF. Uh-oh, there should be a toolbar. Sometimes it doesn't pop up. All I have to do is click refresh. So I just want to refresh the page. And then there's my toolbar. So if you don't see this toolbar, then just hit refresh and that should fix it. All right, so here's my PDF. I want to be able to type on this. So here are our tools. We have dictionary, picture dictionary. I can actually have this read out loud to me. I can select text and then hit the play button and
scientific methods. Dorian wants to find out the eating habit.
Perfect. That's wonderful. So you can use this to have it read the PDF out loud to you. So if that's something that you would like to take advantage of, you have access to it. Now, sometimes if you come across a PDF that you can't select text like this, there is another option, which is the screenshot reader. Let's just see if it'll work on the thermometer. It does take it a second because it's basically looking at everything.
F120, 110, 190, 80, 76.
That's really fast. If it's not doing it through the play button here, you can just use the screenshot reader and draw a box around it, and then it will start to read for you from there. Just gotta give it a second. I'm not gonna.
Freddie turned on the heater of his room.
But now I need to be able to answer, right? I need to put my name on and maybe answer some questions down here. So here's how I annotate or mark on a PDF from my computer using our PDF reader extension. This is the big button that you're going to be looking for, T for typewriter or text box. If I select the T, we'll notice that there's a purple bar underneath the T. And now wherever I click, it gives me a text box. I can type my name here. Wow, that's really big text. Maybe I need to shrink it down a little, or maybe I need to make it a little bit bigger. I can also change the color of the font. So if my teacher wants all of my answers to be in blue, then I can just change it to blue. We'll notice that Darth Vader, my name, is not actually on the line where it says name. So right here, I can drag the box down just like that. There's my name. Here's class. So again, because I have the T selected with the purple bar, the purple line underneath it, if I click on class and I can just start typing, again, that's really big. So let me make it a little smaller and then I'll drag it. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead again and change the color. Now, as you notice, because I have typewriter selected, wherever I click, it is going to give me a text box. I may not want that. So if you don't want the text box anymore, then you need to deselect. Just click the T again. And now you'll notice that the purple line is missing. Now, where I click, it's not going to pop up a text box wherever I click now. I can still interact with this information here without having the typewriter enabled. I can still come back in here and make some changes. And then I can hit the little check mark there. Let's scroll down. Here's our first question. Is a rat a carnivore or an omnivore? Assuming that we've read this, we'll know that rats are omnivores. I can change the size of my box. Let's shrink the answer down a little bit and change it to blue. And then I just hit that. Again, wherever I click, because I've got the purple line there, wherever I click, it's going to give me a text box. And this question said, an idea that can be tested is a hypothesis. Okay. Shrink the answer down a little bit. That looks good. So now I'm going to deselect typewriter. So now wherever I click, I don't get that text box anymore. But again, I can interact with the ones that I've already created. We're going to pretend that we've answered everything else there. That looks great. And here's the nice thing is it is automatically saving everything that I type on here. I can simply hit the back button to get back into Classroom. And if I open up, this is that same PDF that I just had open, and give it a moment, I should see my text. There we go. Darth Vader, science. There's my answers. So you have to go back into the assignment and say turn in. So let me go all the way back out just in case. Here's our classroom, go to classwork, and here's my scientific methods PDF, open, view assignment, and that's how I get to this view. And so now I'm just gonna say, yes, turn in. Are you sure you want to turn in? Yes, turn in. There we go. And just like before, private comments. So I can send a private comment to my teacher getting clarification on a question. And then they know exactly what assignment you're talking about because you posted it on that assignment. We're going to take a look at how we can scan a hard copy assignment that our teacher handed us and we filled out with paper and pencil, and how we can scan it and turn it into Google Classroom. Here's my iPad. Here is my hard copy PDF that we were just looking at on the computer. I've got it printed out. I've answered questions with my pen. On the iPad or on the iPhone or Android devices, you can get the Google Classroom app installed. And I'm going to open up our third period science, and I can go to classwork. It's arranged a little bit differently down here at the bottom. You'll see stream, classwork, and people. So if I tap on classwork, here's the exact same assignments. Okay, here's that scientific methods PDF. I can see my work if I click on the up arrow down here at the very bottom. Boom. And then I can collapse it. Boom. Just like that. So from here, got the app and I'm signed in and everything. Here's what I'm going to do. This will work with different apps. You can use Genius Scan or Cam Scanner. I prefer to just use the Notes app because it's super easy and it's already installed. Here's the Notes app. Inside the Notes app, there is a little camera here. And if I tap on that camera, then I get 3 options. Because this is a PDF, I'm just going to go ahead and say Scan Documents. And it opens up my camera, but it's a little bit different than what you might be used to. Whenever I have my camera over the document, you'll notice that there's a little orange overlay. And what it's doing is actually detecting pages and taking an automatic picture for me, or scanning it really. It's making a PDF. Right down here in the bottom right, it says save with a 2 in parentheses. What that means is it just scanned 2 pages for me. And so I'm going to say yes, save. And there are the 2 pages. I have to actually open this scanned item, and it's very easy. All you do is tap on one of the pages. And now I can see the PDF. There we go. Everything looks great. And now in the top right-hand corner, there's a button called the Sharo. It's the one that looks like the box with the arrow pointing up. So I'm going to tap on that right there. It says Classroom. So I'm going to tap on Classroom. It pops up a new window for Google Classroom, and it has Attach Assignment. So this is my PDF that my teacher handed me, and we're going to look for Scientific Methods PDF, which is our second option. I'm going to tap on that to open it, and you'll see a little message there pop up, and then I'm going to say turn in, and yes, confirm, turn in. Now, if I go back into the Classroom app, either on my iPad or on the computer, Scientific Methods, there it is. So if I tap on it to open it, hey, I can see my PDF right there. And it's already turned in. I can unsubmit if I need to unsubmit, whatever the case may be. This will work again on Android devices. Unfortunately, because we are an Apple school, I don't have any Android devices to show off. And the same thing can be accomplished. The steps might be slightly different, but you can still do it on an Android device as well as on the iPad or the iPhone.